Tonight, the Ballard Bombers host the Comets of North Polk. The Comets are members of the Raccoon River Conference and entered tonight's game with an undefeated record of 14 wins and no losses. The head coach of the Comets is Clint Albertson. He is assisted by Alex Bollmeyer, Adam Blue, Craig Chapman, and Karen Mathis. The Ballard Bombers are also members of the Raccoon River Conference and have a season record of 4 wins and 10 losses. The head coach of the Bombers is Pat Wiener. He is assisted by Mandy Kinzenbach, Abigail Brand, and Darren Harrell. Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for tonight's battle at the Hardwood are Chris Reindl, Tyler Reindl, and Rudy Evertson. And now for the starting lineups, first our guests, the Comets of North Polk. Starting off in the guard position, a sophomore, number 14, Campbell Schultz. Playing guard is senior, number 22, Abby Tuttle. Playing forward is sophomore, number 23, Faith Sullivan. At the center position, a senior, number 33, Becca Agar. And rounding out the lineup for the Comets, at a guard position, a senior, number 40, Greta Dillinger. And now it's time for your Ballard Bombers. Starting off in the guard position, a sophomore, number 2, Rhea Miller. Playing guard for the Bombers, a junior, number 4, Jada Landy. Playing guard for the Bombers, a senior, number 11, Reagan Levy.
All right, folks. Welcome back to the hangar. We've had quite a hiatus as the Bombers have been on the road. It's myself, Tim Davis, along with executive producer Dan Inksler, and the new guy, Steve Domino, is joining us tonight. Steve, thanks for coming on with us. As the Todd father is on his way to a basketball tournament somewhere, I believe, is what he told us. But thanks for doing this, man.
You bet. Happy to be here.
Yeah. So we've got
Ballard Athletics.
We've got a Raccoon River Conference matchup here tonight. Kind of a Tobacco Road thing, I like to call it a little bit, with North Polk just 9 miles down the road down there in Alameda. But this North Polk girls team is something to be reckoned with as they come in with a 14-0 record. Their last 5 have been nothing short of incredible with big-time wins. We'll get the starting lineups for you here as we go as North Polk wins the tip. That's Abby Tuttle, the UNI recruit or commit with it. She fires it over there. That was Greta Dillinger. She miscues. The Bombers come out in their zone. We've seen more zone from the Bombers here in the last couple of weeks from Coach Winya. Reagan Levy has it. She'll step with a pullback 3. It's up and off the front of the iron. No good. That one's ripped down by sophomore Campbell Schultz. So it's Campbell Schultz out here. That's Dillinger there in the corner. Now Abby Tuttle, still Dillinger. She misses. It'll be Becca Agard is also in that starting lineup. To round it out is number 23, Faith Sullivan.
Walker with a nice rebound there.
Yeah, I tell you, Olivia Walker has come into her own. She's starting tonight as Kayla Johnson is out. I think she's got some illness, so it's Walker, Landy, Grunmeyer, Levy, and Miller. So we will miss Kayla Johnson in the middle of this zone, but Walker's been coming off the bench, and Olivia's really kind of started to come into her own and figure it out. And the Bomber girls, 2 straight wins as it's tied 0-0 here, just almost a minute into this one. That's Agard with it. Now she finds Schultz underneath. It's up and good.
Just kind of got lost at the bottom of the zone there. A little short corner almost.
Short corner, and when you've got Agard, who stands all the 6'3", I would say, and Campbell Schultz just a sophomore, but I believe she's leading them in scoring at 14 points a game, as that one's no good for the Bombers. Tuttle looks to run. She throws it ahead up here to Agard. Agard with the left hand up and good. 4-0 here. A minute and 20 into this one.
Yeah, Campbell, I believe, last state tournament kind of carried them down the stretch.
As a freshman. Yeah.
Pretty impressive player.
So speaking of that, Steve, this North Polk team's got some big game experience. They've seen the state tournament here, I think, a few years in a row, have come up a little bit short, but a lot of talent on this team, and they come in ranked number 2 in the state, just behind, I believe it's Bishop Heelan, I think, up there in the northwest corner, as they were down here and played Dowling in the Ballard Classic a few weeks back. That's Levy with it. Now over here to Waka. She pump fakes Agard. Now she kicks it. Now it'll be turned over. Agard gets it. Tuttle with it. She looks to run with it. She pushes on the break. Tuttle again, the UNI commit. She finds Agard. The lefty off the backboard and in, and Coach Pat Winnie will get a quick timeout just 2 minutes into this one, as it's a quick 6-0 lead for this North Polk Comet team. The nice thing with this North Polk team is they've got size, they've got girls that can handle the ball, and they've got shooters. So that's a recipe for success at any form of basketball.
Absolutely, and I think Coach Pat's a little upset with how easy some of these entry passes are. If we're going to play zone, we got to have active hands.
Yep. And I've seen the girls' last couple games. I was over in Boone the other night, and that is a key. When we're active on the perimeter with those hands, it makes things a little bit tougher on those entry passes. But as you know, Steve, the best offense against a zone is beating it down the floor, and Agard's had 2 easy layups with just that. So, and North Polk is well schooled. Coach Albertson's been doing it and been doing it well for quite a while. They come out with a little 2-1-2 pressure here. Levy has it. She looks to the middle of the floor. Cross court to Waka. Waka dribble drive. Now she'll just kick it back out here to Grunmeyer. Grace flips it in the corner to Rhea Miller. Now it's Landy. Jada will fire a 3. It's up off the front of the rim. No good. And Agard fumbles that one around. Can't find it. Miller had it. Grunmeyer. Now Levy. Levy misses that one short on the front iron. And this will be Faith Sullivan with the rebound. She leads the break. Over here to Campbell Schultz. Passes on the jumper. Out to Sullivan as Tuttle posts up. A little step through from Abby Tuttle. It's up and good. 8-0 the Comets lead here. The Bombers have their work cut out for them. Again, this North Polk team's a well-oiled machine. As Levy throws that one away as Grace Grunmeyer just kind of ran away from the pass. Tuttle with the break. Now that's Sullivan with a layup. It's no good, but she'll be fouled by Reagan Levy. Lead her first, and Sullivan will have 2 coming from the line. Again, the last 5 here for North Polk. They beat Gilbert 62-47, ADM 62-35. That Gilbert team was a state tournament team last year. Beat Boone 73-16. Cedar Rapids Xavier, they had them beat them 59-45 and beat Carroll, a Carroll team that we played at 2 points. North Polk beat them 56-35. But the Bombers have won their last 2 with a win over Boone, 37-18, and Bondurant Farrar last Friday night.
Yeah, that Xavier win by North Polk's a nice one. They play, looks like the toughest schedule in 4A right now.
North Polk does.
No,
Xavier does,
so
yeah. And they play over there with those Cedar Rapids schools. They're seeing Kennedy and Prairie and all that. As the Bombers turn it over again, it's a 10-0 lead here for the Comets.
Yeah, I always like it when programs, top-level programs go out and seek top-level talent to play against. Going across the state, that's not a normal game for them.
Correct.
And so for Xavier to do that, too, it's always fun to see. It's happening on the boys' side a lot now, too.
It is, and I think that's a key to success, especially in the postseason, right?
Yep.
I mean, and we're lucky enough, or we're blessed or cursed enough, depending on how you look at it, with the Raccoon River Conference.
Absolutely.
That's a big one there from Dillinger. Greta hits the 3. It's 13-0 here as Macy Harder gets the pass from Levy. Harder has it in the corner. She's trapped. Finds Levy out of the trap. Reagan will put it off over the rim. Too strong. Tuttle with it on the run. Up the right sideline. Abby Tuttle knocked away from Macy by Macy Harder, but it'll be a foul on Macy. Second of the quarter for the Bombers. Back to the point is that playing in the Raccoon River, we see
it's a grind.
It is a grind, night in, night out. But kudos to North Polk, and we've seen it. We were supposed to play a Williamsburg team who was a state tournament team on the boys' side. Last year, our girls played Valley up here in the Ballard Classic, which isn't too bad geographically. But like you said, to come across the state and play some good competition, it serves you well later on in the year. That's Greta Dillinger again for 3, and it's 16-0 as Levy fires that one ahead to Jada Landy. Approaching the 4-minute mark here. Macy Harder has it. She finds Thea Taylor, who's checked into the game. She checked in for Rhea Miller, and Thea will be called for 3 seconds in the lane. Thea is just a freshman. So this Bomber team is young, and this North Polk team started 3 seniors, but brings 2 sophomores with them as well, and 24 checked to the game. That's Jada Pody. She's a 5'8" senior guard for the Comets. Tuttle with it. She throws it up there to Agard. What a luxury that is to throw it up, and Agard's too strong with it. Tuttle gets the rebound. Back out here now. It's Dillinger for 3 again. Greta, no good on that one. Off the back iron too hard. Abby Tuttle treks down the rebound over here to Campbell Schultz. Looks like the Todd father is tuned in, and he's giving us nicknames for Mr. Domino as the Bombers call a timeout as they trail 18-0.
I'm
Todd
not sure
Father,
I want to know.
Todd
He
Father,
didn't
thanks for
text
tuning
me,
in.
So
it's Steve the Dominator Domino.
Oh,
That's
geez.
on the list. Or Steve Roll the Dice Domino. I don't mind that one. I think we appreciate the names, Todd Father, but those of you out there listening, if you've got any suggestions, we're always open. Seems like everybody on the crew has to have some sort of a nickname. Steve, what would you want your nickname to be? Did you have one growing up, or are you not allowed to say on the air?
No, it's pretty simple.
Okay.
Just Dom.
Just Dom, okay. That seems pretty simple. That's not going to be. When you got Danny Sunsets and Timmy Trumpets, Brock the Bear Bierman, we've got to come up with something. Well, we got a minute here in the timeout as the Bombers trail 18-0. 3:20 to go in the first quarter. We got to give a shout out right away to Flight Bar and Grill. Look on your screen there in the bottom left-hand corner. Without Flight Bar and Grill, a lot of this wouldn't be possible. We tag team with Matt and Marianne, almost 2 years ago now, a year and a half, and they've been nothing but gracious with their support and their time and their efforts they've given to the Ballard Network. So shout out if you're in town, swing in there. They've got some great food choices on the menu as they continually kind of change through that, and got some good drinks on the back wall and on the rail there at Flight Bar and Grill. Just Highway 69, look over to your left or as you're heading north, and you can't miss it. Out of the timeout will be Bomber basketball. North Polk still with the pressure on. Bombers break it. Now it'll be Grunmeyer. She'll fire the 3. That's no good as it'll be off of Becca Agard's hands. So to set you here for the Bombers, it's Reagan Levy, Grace Grunmeyer, Olivia Waka, Thea Taylor, and Macy Harder. For the Comets, it's Campbell Schultz. Number 24, Jada Pody. Number 40, Greta Dillinger. 22, Abby Tuttle, and 33, Becca Agard. As that one's turned over, as Dillinger throws it ahead to Pody, she'll bring it back out. 3 minutes to go. Tuttle has it on the top of the key. Now it's over here to Dillinger. Greta will fire a three. It's up and good, and now it's 21-0. The Comets lead in the first.
She's got such a clean release.
Yes, she does.
It's a pretty shot.
She gets her feet set, and I've always said, and that's another turnover for the Bombers as Grunmeyer gives it to Pody. Knocked away by Grace. Here's Dillinger again, right on cue, and just too strong and a little bit right off the back iron. Tuttle saves that one. Levy gets it. 2:30 to go in the first quarter. Comets lead 21-0. Cross court to Grunmeyer. She'll go at Dillinger. She kicks it back out here. Harder will fire a three. Off the back iron, no good. Thea Taylor wrestles for the rebound, but it's pulled down by Agar. Tuttle will baseball pass it ahead to Campbell Schultz.
Cannon.
Schultz with a left hand. Up and good, 23-0. The Comets lead. Back to Dillinger. I always said it's kind of like shooting in a phone booth. If you can go straight up, straight down, and everything's good, the mechanics, and Greta Dillinger's got them all, as Schultz will take the turnover and go in. Lead 25-0.
You can usually tell the ball's spinning off the hand.
Yep.
You know how clean that release is, and it is. Yep. It's a thing of beauty for her right
You're
now.
a golfer. It's kind of like that nice pitch shot in there. It's got good backspin on it. That'll be a 10-second call on the Bombers as they could not get it across. Wholesale substitutions for both teams. It looks like Jada Landy will check in here. Rhea Miller and number 21, Maddie Sievers is in the game. For the Comets, it looks like number 10 is in. Sophia Bouchard, just a freshman. Tuttle stays, as well does Jada Pody. Faye Sullivan's back in the game. Yep, Sullivan's back in. Number 20, Lauren Osborne is in, a senior, and that was Sullivan there. I did get a nickname request, but I don't quite think it's quite fitting for the air. I do appreciate it, though, as Landy gets that rebound. Excuse me, that was Levy with the rebound.
Everybody's got jokes tonight.
Everybody's got jokes tonight, and you're going to be the butt of a Mr. Domino, and that's a foul by Landy, as that was Faith Sullivan attempted that one. Faith, just a sophomore, 5'9" forward, as the Comets lead 27-0 in this one.
You know, it's tough when you're up against it and you're outgunned, right?
Right.
As a team and talent-wise, I think they knew that coming into this game. But Pat's in the middle of a rebuilding with the Bomber program and brand new head coach, and you just want to see your kids keep fighting.
Yep.
Every possession, playing hard, keep fighting.
Emma Van Loo will check in here for the Bombers. Emma was just a freshman as well. And Steve, you're absolutely right, and we've seen it here as we talked about it. Todd and I have talked about it on the air previous to this, as Sullivan makes good on that one. So it's 29-0 here for the Comets. It's a rebuild, and it's kind of one of those things. It's a step forward and 2 steps back for the Bombers. And we've won 2 in a row. We've done some nice things. There's Maddie Sievers for 3. She can't quite get it. Fight for the rebound. Sullivan has it.
The road to progress and accomplishment's never a straight one, right?
Correct. Tuttle will fire the 3. It's front iron, no good.
And when you play in the league that we do, I mean, you're going to get punched in the mouth quite a bit, and it's just a matter of how you're going to handle that.
Yep. And the mental psyche in games like this it's somewhat of a fragile one, because as you said, maybe we knew coming in, but it's still never very much fun.
No.
To be down 29-0 here in the first quarter. However, playing hard, trying to understand what's being coached of you are things that we like to see. And I will say this about Coach Pat Winya. He's done a nice job with the lower levels. I know he's got his hand in a lot of the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade programs. He's trying to build from within, which is what it's going to take to get this program back, as that's number 10, Sophia Bouchard, for 3 to end the quarter. And that one is good. And I believe that'll make it 32-0 here at the end of the first. While we've got a quarter break here, I want to read about the Stealth Athletic Booster members in the Booster Club. Huxley Communications. At Huxley Communications, the only thing faster than our internet is our service. The only provider in the area offering 100% fiber optic service. You can depend on us for your home, work, and school. A partner in your community and your trusted source for the most reliable internet service. We invest heavily in the communities we serve. Year after year, we proudly support the Ballard Community School District and Ballard activities. A local member-owned cooperative since 1937. You heard that right, folks. We are the #1 local telecommunications provider for Ballard residents and surrounding communities Go Bombers. And we thank you, as does the Booster Club, Huxley Communications, along with Chick-fil-A Ames. Chick-fil-A Ames is proud to partner with the Ballard Bombers at Chicken to Your Roster and feel like a champion. Order your favorites through the Chick-fil-A app and pick them up in Ames to cheer on Ballard to victory. Let's go Bombers. We thank you, Chick-fil-A Ames and Huxley Communications, as Stealth Athletic Booster members. Steve, I want you to put me in the huddle and with Coach Winya here. It's 32-0.
It's just what I just said, I think. The scoreboard honestly doesn't matter at this point. You're trying to win every possession.
Sure. And
you're trying to grind out possessions and just play your butt off. I mean, every possession's an opportunity to get better. And I think how hard you play in a game like this says a lot about who you are as a person as well.
Sure. And you hate to say it, but it is a character builder. But to your point, you almost want to segment the game. And there's a drive by Reagan Levy. She'll be fouled, so she'll go to the line for 2 to try to get the Bombers on the board. 7:46 to go here in the second quarter as Reagan Levy goes to the line for 2 shots. She makes good on the first one. The second one of the pair coming for Reagan. Reagan's on her way to, I believe, UW lacrosse next year to play ball and do a little water skiing, which sounds kind of like fun to do in college. I'm not a water skier, but I like to ride on the boat. This is Campbell Schultz, little inside out, a little lefty take there, as that makes it 34-1, the Comets lead. And if you're Coach Albertson, you're not trying to blow anybody out, but you got to get your girls action against somebody else besides themselves in practice. Levy makes good on that one. Waka steals the pass ahead from Campbell Schultz. Waka drives, kicks it out to Grace Grunmeyer. Grunmeyer back in the corner to Olivia Waka. Waka finds Emma Van Loo. This is a little mismatch down there as Emma tried to take it up against Becca Agard. That was Emma Van Loo at 5'4" against the 6'3" Agard. It just wasn't in the cards for Emma on that one. This is Sullivan in the block. She goes against Levy, and I believe she will be called for a travel, and she is. So turnover on the North Polk Comets. 6:49 to go, 34-3. The Comets lead in this one here at the hangar. It is Pack the Gym night. Speaking of Chick-fil-A, I think there's sandwiches for the first 125 Ballard students in the door. Also, the boys varsity basketball team is out front signing some posters for the kids. That's Levy with a deep 3. And it looks like Sullivan's going to be called for the foul, as I don't think she gave her enough space to land on that one.
Yeah, she got in the way on the way down.
Yep. And that's a different call in high school, because you'll see it in the NBA, and I'm not sure in college, but that is an intentional. So I think you get the shots and the ball back. But I'm not sure in the NCAA basketball or at the college level of what that is. The Todd father, he was a former official. He would probably know that one.
He'll act like he knows.
Yeah, 100% he will.
Yeah, just looking ahead for Ankeny here. Or not, I'm sorry, not Ankeny, but North Polk. They've got Centennial on the schedule. They've got Johnston to close out the year, as well as, Carlisle in there, Carroll. Some really solid competition to prep them for the postseason. That's those 5A schools, they're no joke. Yeah,
and that Johnston team's loaded.
I think they're ranked nationally.
Because I believe they've got 4 or 5 Division I girls on that team. And credit to Coach Albertson, as Agard is fouled on that one. She'll go to the line for 2. But those games, even if you lose them, aren't going to hurt you. They're only going to help you as you get into that postseason to go back with what we spoke about earlier. So Agard misses that one. A couple of subs in here for North Polk. It'll be Greta Dillinger checking in along with Abby Tuttle. Lauren Osborne and Jada Pody will take a seat. For the Bombers out there, it's the number 11 Reagan Levy, 12 Olivia Waka, as Agard makes good on that one. 15 Macy Harder, 32 Grace Grunmeyer, number 20 Emma Van Loo. Inside out dribble from Reagan. She's checked out here by Faye Sullivan. Reagan wanted Macy to back cut. Too late with it, so it'll be Waka out top. She'll fire a deep 3. That one's off the back of the iron and no good as Greta Dillinger comes down with it. Agard has it in the post on Waka, and she takes it up and in.
Yeah, it's something like that possession there. The post entry from the volleyball line to the block, that just simply can't happen. It doesn't matter who you're playing.
You are correct. And it, again, touches on just that. What are we trying to accomplish? What are we trying to get done? It's 37-5. The game is probably no longer in doubt. So now what can we do to get better? Little crossover there from Reagan. She'll take it on the dribble drive, and it's going to be a jump ball as Campbell Schultz got her hand in there, and it will go to the North Polk Comets. Nice defensive play there. Jada Landy will check in as Emma Favanloo will check out for the Bombers. So we've got that starting, well, excuse me, with the exception of Macy Harder. Rhea Miller's still over there on the bench. Bombers will stay in this zone as that one's knocked away from Levy, but Campbell Schultz comes up with a loose ball, and she'll put it up and in. 39-5 here. The Comets lead the Bombers. Levy with a handoff back there to Waka. Now in the corner to Macy Harder. Ooh, Macy says, no, Reagan, you're covered, so she throws it out here to Grace Grunmeyer. Waka with it on the baseline, throws the baseline pass to Harder. Now out here to Landy. She'll dribble in, kick it out. It looks like it was tipped out of bounds by Dillinger. So it'll stay Bomber basketball with 11 on the shot clock. Ray Miller checks back in for Macy Harder.
Another thing you want to see out of the Bombers, too, especially against a team like North Polk, is quick decisions. It seems like, we hesitate, and the quicker we make decisions, the quicker the ball moves, better opportunities we have, to get a bucket.
Yeah, 100%. And there's a good pass there from, and that's just good basketball IQ from Tuttle and Sullivan. Sullivan just sealed us off the baseline, and Tuttle knew she was there. It's now 41-5. Out here to Waka with it. No, you're absolutely correct. And if you're the Bombers right now, if you've got an open look, you need to take it.
Have to.
Immediately, because that extra pass or dribble drive, you maybe try to get a good one, but you maybe just passed up a better one.
Yeah, especially with athletes that the Comets are rolling out here. You add in the shot clock as well, you might just get one look. You got to take it.
Correct. Levy with a bounce pass, and it's tipped away by Greta Dillinger. This is Faith Sullivan comes up with a loose ball. Cross court to Abby Tuttle. Tuttle saw Sullivan cutting. She quit on it, but Grunmeyer was there. There's a little battle for the loose ball, and Landy comes up with it. Levy will lead the break. She'll look to push for the Bombers. Crossover dribble. Dribble drive, and she'll draw the foul. And Reagan Levy will go to the line for 2, and it looks like that was called on number 24, Jada Pody. Nope, excuse me. Greta Dillinger will pick that one up for the Comets. The Comets' third of the quarter. Same rule as last year, literally. 5 team fouls, and there will be 2 free throws shot for the opposing team as Reagan misses the first one. The second of the pair coming. That one's up and good, so 41-6 is the score. Abby Tuttle brings it up here for the Comets. This is Campbell Schultz with it. And we leave her on the dribble drive, and there was miscommunication there. And Schultz goes uncontested for the layup. It's 43-6.
It's kind of the cardinal sin of hoops. You can't leave the ball.
Can't leave the ball. The basketball is what scores. Rhea Miller with it. It looks like Campbell Schultz just stepped out of bounds. Got a gift there to the Bombers as Grunmeyer looked to throw that baseline pass. 3:02 to go here in the first half. 43-6 as the Bombers will look to inbounds, and we're going to adjust the shot clock. While we've got a moment, I just got a text, and I didn't know about this, but I've got a buddy of mine. As my little guy brings up this pretty sick poster here from the Ballard Bombers varsity team. They all got their signatures. Some of the signatures are quite something. I got a little buddy of mine, and he tuned in here during the baseball season, and I don't know if he's listening. We probably should have let his folks know, but Jackson Mann, he's a 4th grader, just had some surgery this week. Had some stuff going on, and I don't know the exact terminology for what he had going on as Levy misses that one. But he had some stuff that was messing with his balance and things like that. So they had some brain surgery. And Jackson, my friend, I hope that you're doing okay. He said, Tim, you're on YouTube? And I said, yeah. And he said, are you famous? I said, well, yeah, we're on the Ballard Network. And by golly, he tuned into the baseball game. He put it on the chat. He said, well, you got 2,000 people that watch. He said, you're a star. I said, no, I'm not a star. But I'll tell you what, Jackson, you're the star right now, my friend, coming out of surgery, and we wish you nothing but the best in your recovery, my dude. So as we get back to the action, it's 45-6. Rhea Miller with a dribble drive, and she's tied up by Campbell Schultz. It'll stay with the Bombers.
Bit of a line change there.
Oh, yeah, we had a wholesale substitution. Yeah, it looks like that's Osborne that checked in. Lauren Osborne, number 20, Bouchard. Emma Van Loo will be called for the travel. That's Sophia Bouchard. She hit that 3 at the end of the first quarter. She's just a freshman. Macy Harder's going to check in for Emma Van Loo. And it looks like Jada Pody is back in. So Dillinger, Schultz, and Sullivan checked out for the Comets. This is Abby Tuttle with it. She'll be hand-checked by Macy Harder. And here's the thing. If you're Macy Harder, if you're Emma Van Loo, if you're Grace Grunmeyer, you're Olivia Walker, Abby Tuttle's going to UNI to play basketball next year. And UNI's got a nice basketball program up there. They do good things. So take this experience, see what's happening, and say, hey, this is what this looks like, because it is impressive. And this North Polk team, they got about all facets filled. From what I can see, and I haven't seen them play a lot, there's a reason they're ranked number 2 in the state and undefeated in 4A girls basketball.
And I think some would argue they're number 1.
Sure. I think that Heelan has a loss. Maybe, I don't know who it is. And I will say this. Maybe we could, I don't know if we could call Steve the Matrix, but I will say, Todd Father, if you are tuned in, that's Bouchard for 3. She misses that one. Steven has brought his iPad up here, and we're getting live kind of for our information request. He's Johnny on the spot, so I tell you what, Steve, you've boosted the broadcast. All right, little back cut there as Grunmeyer was looking for Levy, couldn't find her. It's taken away by Pody. Good idea, right idea, just not the greatest execution. Tuttle has it. She finds Agar with the right hand, and that's Becca Agar with the right hand. Finishes that one. 47-6 here with under a minute to go in the first half. As Levy brings it up. We're looking for that information on that Heelan team.
Yeah, they're 12-2, ranked number 1. That looks like they kind of have been all year.
And they may play some of those, they may have a Sioux City East up there or West, or they may have played a South Dakota team down there. And they've got some decent South Dakota teams on that side in the southeastern part of the state. Grunmeyer goes up against Agard. No good. Becca got a piece of that one.
They lost to Prairie.
Cedar Rapids Prairie. So, boy, that's
and Dowling.
And Dowling, okay. So that's 2 5A schools, and that Prairie trip, that's from one end to the other there. I wonder if they met somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, they have that Battle of the Programs.
Okay.
Shout out to some family. Esterville Midgets came over to Cedar Rapids, played the Mount Vernon.
Okay.
Cousin's daughter's senior going to Minnesota State.
Okay, very good. Well, that'll do it here for the first half at the hangar in this Raccoon River Conference matchup. North Polk leads the Ballard Bombers 49-6. As we'll go into halftime here, we'll take some time off, so go ahead and stretch your legs, folks. And if you can, there's still time to come on out. It is packed the gym night. If you've got a Ballard student and they're one of the first 125, they get a Chick-fil-A sandwich, so come on out and support the Bombers. But we'll be back here in about 10 minutes or so. right, welcome back to the hangar, folks, as we're just finishing up halftime here. Hopefully got
Shout
your
out
light
Pep
stretch.
Band.
Yeah, the Pep Band sounded good tonight. Did a nice job on the national anthem.
There's always a different vibe in the gym when the Pep Band's going.
Yeah, you know, and I've been to a couple places. We were over at ADM. You were there.
Yeah, that
Boy,
was
that
hyped.
Pep Band, they had a good one. They had a lot of tuba players in that Pep Band, if I remember correctly.
Can't say I noticed.
And the tuba, right? It's called the sousaphone is the correct term. But a good tuba always makes for a good band, and we've got one down there in the front row, a couple of them. Well, Steve, here we go. We're going to get ready for the second half, and if you're a Bomber fan, there's not a lot to talk about or write home about. But you touched on it in the first half. It's a new half. Let's try to play better, incrementally better in the second half, as the clock will run, the 35-point rule. So it's 49-6, the Comets lead. It will be the Bombers basketball to start the half. But if you're Coach Winya, you're just trying to dial in on a couple things.
Yeah,
just try to get better.
just try and win each possession. I mean,
correct.
You compete in the moment. That's all you can do. And, you know, keep a positive attitude as you're trying to do it.
100%. And you said it earlier, is it kind of, in games like this and things aren't going your way, it says a lot about your character, and it's not easy. And there's a good take there from Faye Sullivan, just a sophomore.
You shouldn't be okay with it either, right?
No,
I mean,
100%. It shouldn't feel good.
No,
and I don't think it does.
But, you know, if I've learned anything, having, you know, kids play hoops, kids play other sports.
Levy with a deep one. She hit that one from just about the Cambridge logo, so Reagan makes good on that one.
It's a big world out there, and there's always somebody better.
For sure. 51-9 here as the Comets lead. About a minute into the second half. Faye Sullivan will dial up the three-point shot. It's up and no good as Becca Agard gets that rebound. Kicks it out here to Campbell Schultz. Out of Sullivan. Outside to Tuttle. She's too strong off the back iron, and Rhea Miller couldn't track down the rebound. Campbell Schultz has it. And she loses the handle on it. And Olivia Walker looks to give it up. She does. Rhea Miller tracks it down. Now it'll be Reagan Levy will bring it down. 6:45 to go in the third quarter. Bombers trail in this one.
Good take.
Levy with a good take. Good start here for the Bombers as they've got 5 early in the third. Levy's got all 5 of them. It's Dillinger, now it's Becca Agard. Senior post player, now she throws it across to Campbell Schultz. Schultz looks to dribble drive on Landy. Schultz a little left-handed floater, no good. Jada Landy in there, fights for the rebound. It goes off of Landy, so it'll stay with the Comets.
You know, watching this North Polk group, it reminds me a little bit of the state title team that we had here with the solid guards and, you know, a 6'3" post.
And that's Campbell Schultz will knock down the outside jumper there, so it's 54-11. Yeah, all the pieces, right, that you're looking for as Levy hits that one off the glass. Up and good, so that'll be 7 here in the third quarter for Reagan Levy if it's 54-13. Abby Tuttle on the dribble drive. She fires it cross court to Greta Dillinger. Dribble drive from Dillinger on Waka. She knocks it away, and Grace Grunmeyer tracks down that loose ball. Bombers playing with a little more effort, a little more energy here in the third quarter, so just what we talked about. Levy fires that one from way back there, and it falls short, out of bounds. It'll be Comet basketball. Lauren Osborne and Jada Pody will check in for the Comets. Abby Tuttle and Greta Dillinger will get a break. Approaching the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. 54-13, the Comets lead.
See that right there is we're just giving that pass.
Sure, there's no ball pressure. What you mean by that is no ball pressure.
Both ways. So we're just standing behind, not trying to work around, and then we're also have 0 ball pressure. So it's just too easy.
Sure.
And that's an effort thing in my opinion. You may be outgunned as an athlete, but if we have some ball pressure and we're working our way around a big post like that, I mean, those are the little things that we got to be working on right now.
Double dribble there from Grunmeyer. It's 56-13.
I mean, as these freshmen and sophomores go through, it's not going to get any easier in this league.
Correct.
And so,
and it is baptism by fire in this league.
Yeah.
And it's not a, and we're in a rebuild. And a lot of these teams, it's always been a reload type of situation. So, but this is a full rebuild for the Bombers. 56-13, number 5 checked in. That's Jaslyn Rasmussen. She checks in.
Freshman.
Yeah, and looks like she'll be called for the illegal screen. Is Becca Agard will check out, 25. That's Amelia Groudon will check in, a 5'7" junior. So it's Osborne, Pody Bouchard checked in as well for the Comets.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see those starters again.
I don't think we'll probably see the likes of Tuttle or Agard, Campbell, Schultz, or Sullivan for sure. I agree with you there, yep. And that one's short from Levy. All right, there's Faith Grunmeyer checked in the game to her sister Grace. Grunmeyer to Grunmeyer there, and Grace will go to the line for 2. Oh, that one rattles out for Grace. Faith checked in. She's number 50 for the Bombers. Macy Harder's checked into the game as well.
Shout out to Trent Grunmeyer. Grunmeyer Consulting has done a lot of great work for the district.
Yeah, he's a BV guy up there.
We won't hold that against him.
Well, he's a Buena Vista, and he's doing good things up there with their academic program. He's getting some good majors. I believe they've got a specialist degree they're working on for school admin, and Trent's a huge advocate, as you know, with his consulting business, but just trying to get people in that line and field of work. And
yeah, he's trying to get good people doing that. That's a tough job, and he's helped us.
Good pass from Grace Grunmeyer to Macy Harder. Continue on.
Three or four hires here in the district when I was on the school board forever ago, it feels like.
And that is all good, great, and grand. But the real thing for Trent is the guy's got reindeer.
Yeah, he does.
And he takes them around the state, and he I think he was down with the governor down there at their little Christmas party. I mean, he goes everywhere with those reindeer, which is a pretty cool deal. I know they do some pictures you can get with them out there at their little reindeer ranch just on the north side of town off of Highway 69. So
any way to keep that land zoned ag, I think, these days.
That's right.
Might as well take a shot at it.
That's right. I don't know if he's got any Rudolphs out there, but who knows what he could be drumming up. Loose ball. It's a battle for it. The Bombers come up with it. That's Reagan Levy comes up with it. She fires it ahead to Macy Harder. Harder off the wrong foot, but just about made it. But Grace Grunmeyer with the rebound. She'll draw the foul. Good push ahead there.
You know, one thing I'm noticing with these younger hoopers for Ballard is there's a lot of multi-sport kids. You know, seeing them from the cross country, volleyball, softball. You know, it's really good to see.
You betcha. Grace fires that one up and good on that first free throw attempt. She's got one more coming. Makes it 56-16, the Comets lead. And she's good on the second one, so put that one on the board for Grace. Jada Pody will bring it up here for the Comets. Osborne with it. Little dribble drive. Picks her dribble up there, middle of the lane. Now it's Pody outside. She'll dribble it up. Looks like we'll have a jump ball. It'll stay with the Comets. Fans are starting to matriculate in now as we get closer, and it is Pack the Gym night, as we've referenced. Shout out to Chick-fil-A for the Chick-fil-A sandwich. You a Chick-fil-A guy, Steve?
Had it for lunch today.
There you go, right on cue. See, folks, we didn't even rehearse that either.
Ryan and Tari Thompson, awesome supporters of all things Ballard here in the district.
They got a good swimmer in their family. I think Kai, she's been to the state swim meet, I think, one time for sure with the Ames team up there, and maybe going back again this year.
She was this fall.
She was, okay.
Swam in the state tournament.
Not familiar with the meet. There we go. Not familiar with the swimming schedule. That's Faith Grunmeyer now. Kicks it back out to Reagan Levy. Maybe surveys with a dribble drive. A little step through. Good take. Finish with a left hand here from Levy as the Bombers show some life in this third quarter. 56-19. Approaching the 1 minute mark. That's Rasmussen with it. Now she throws it down low to Osborne, and she's going to draw the foul. I think that'll be on Faith Grunmeyer. That'll be her first on the freshman. Lauren Osborne, she's a 5'5" senior. First one's up and good. Osborne comes in. She's averaging, if I can find it here, I didn't make my orange big enough. She's averaging just over 2 a game. for the Bombers. As Levy fires that one down low to Grace Grummeyer. She catches and finishes with the layup. 58-21 here as the Bombers show a little fight as Osborne travels with that one on the left wing. Again, 35 points, and the clock will continue to run here. Levy has it. There's just about a 1 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. She's checked out there by Pody. Rasmussen checking Waka on the dribble drive. Kicks out to Grace Grunmeyer. Now down to Macy Harder. The lefty flips it back out to Waka. She dribbles in. A little floater from Olivia's up and good. Jada Pody will bring it up here against the Bombers. She kicks it out. Sophia Bouchard. Now to Pody. Pody fires a three off the back iron. No good. Wrestle for the rebound, and that'll do it here for the third quarter. As the third quarter finishes, it's 58-23, but a better third quarter for the Bombers. As we head into the fourth, as we go. Folks, as you see on your screen here, so myself and the Todd father, Mr. Domino, will be out of town next weekend, taking a little trip, and these guys got basketball stuff going on. So Brock the Bear Bierman has agreed to come on, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with In Sync and the Backstreet Boys and 98 Degrees, all those folks. Well, the boy band is back together because it'll be Brock the Bear Bierman and Chase Winterboy.
Oh, boy.
Who were the original broadcasting of the Ballard Network.
The OGs.
The OGs, they're coming back. So the
Ballard
band
Network.
is back together. The boy band is back together. So it's not Justin Timberlake. It's not Lance Bass. It's not those guys, Nick Lachey. But it's better. It's the Bear and Chase. And if you look in the background, that's a nice sunset picture, which with Danny Sunsets, that's always the twist. Danny Maui Sunsets is what he's referred to now. But
Bougie.
yeah, that's Brock Bierman and Chase Winterbourne will be here for the ADM game, which will be a big one. And I'm bummed that I have to miss it, but I'll be out of town. But that should be a humdinger, as that ADM team is ranked 7th in the state right now. And the Bombers are 1 on the boys' side. And the girls, the ADM girls, I believe, were in the top 15. And our girls played about an 11-point game when we were over there before the holiday break. So should be a fun one for those guys and for those tuning in at home. A little nostalgia for you. Waka fires it now. That's Levy for three, and Reagan makes good on that one. 58-26. Steve, tell me about the 35-point rule. So it's 35. It gets under 35. It's got to get under 25 in order for it to stop. How does it work?
Yeah, once you hit 35, the clock runs in the second half continuously.
Okay.
And then you got to get it back down, but below 25 to get it to stop again.
Okay. There he is, the rules aficionado. As the Comets lead by 30 at the moment. Going to be a foul called there. Going to be on Faith Grunmeyer. Looks like number 25 will be at the line. That's Amelia Groudon. Groudon makes good on that first one. She's short on that one. Grace Grunmeyer will rip down the rebound. 59-28 is your score with under 7 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's been all North Polk Comets from the jump in this one, but this Bomber team has shown some fight here in the second half. Harder with a good drive. And it'll be foul on the ground, but a good, strong drive there for Macy Harder. The thing I like about Macy's game, and it's because she's left-handed. And playing against lefties is always a little tougher because you don't see him all the time, as Macy will check out along with Faith Grunmeyer. Rhea Miller and Jada Landy will check back in for the Bombers. There's the flight crew there just walking in as Big Matt Daddy Pasha and the family are here. And Reagan Levy knocks down the deep three.
Yeah, big game in 5A tonight. Johnston playing Dowling. 5-point lead at half for Dowling.
Dowling Catholic and
I don't know that Johnston's been down at half all year.
And the
last 2
Maroons
years.
and the Dragons Coach Gillick with the Dragons has done a good job with that program since he's taken over there. He was an assistant at Waukee for a number of years and took that Johnston job, and he's just growing it like crazy. And they get some players over there at Johnston for sure.
Yeah, somehow,
That's
some way they
Rasmussen.
tend to end up there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's a different world.
Yes, it is. It was just beginning when I was at Waukee, but it has definitely
One more.
come full force as Coach Domino here with the one more in the headset. And he was right as Levy fires that one from the 10-foot line. It's short. But that extra pass, just like you talked about, that's a good extra right there. Had a good look, maybe passed it up. 59-31 with approaching 5 to go. It'll be a foul on Olivia Walk on the hand check on the drive there from Sophia Bouchard. Number 11, Jocelyn Manick will check in. Mannock.
Daughter of Principal Mike Mannock at Ballard East, one of the best.
Well, there'll be a hold called underneath on Rhea Miller. Maybe Amelia Groudon will draw that foul. So it'll be the third of the quarter on the Bombers. Remember, at 5, there's 2 free throws coming. Sophie Bouchard will shoot that one. No good. Osborne will get down the rebound, and there's Rasmussen inside to Groudon, and she makes that one. 61-31, approaching 4 minutes to go here in the fourth. Levy with a dribble drive. She'll throw it off the glass, and it's no good. She gets her own rebound. She kicks it out to Grace Grunmeyer. One more over there to Rhea Miller. She'll fire the 3. It's up and no good. Rasmussen throws it ahead to Mannock, and she knocked away, but she corrals it again, and Reagan will chase it down from behind. Landy is there, knocks it away, but Rasmussen corrals a loose ball, and she'll go right to the rack with a left-handed layup, and it's up and good for Jaslyn Rasmussen. It's like the Bombers are going to make some wholesale substitutions. Rhea Miller had the open 3, passed it up.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. You get an open look like that, we got to take it.
For sure, good hustle there. Amelia Groudon, and she's fouled by Grace Grunmeyer. Good hustle there from Amelia. Oh, and they've got a pizza special going on tonight, along with you get a slice of pizza and a bottle of water. You see lots of pizzas, lots of waters. It's a kid's dream tonight, Steve, I'll tell you that, with Chick-fil-A and pizza. Man alive.
I must be a kid still.
Yeah, right? Hey, you're a kid at heart, man. You're only as old as you, I don't want to say feel, but what your heart deems. I always say grow up, and I always ask them why.
Right.
I always tell them, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And he's got a second one coming. She knocks that one down, so stretches that lead 65-31 as we've got some subs in here for the Bombers. Faith Grunmeyer checked in, MFA Van Loo, Thea Taylor, and it looks like Maddie Sievers. So we have all freshmen on the floor, I believe, right now, as Macy Harder with a good drive. Yeah, Grunmeyer's a freshman. Taylor's a freshman. Sievers, Van Loo, and Harder. Macy will get 2 shots. She makes good on that one. Number 30 will check in, and I do not have.
I think I heard a Nora Mathis.
Mathis, okay, yep, number 30. 10 and number 30. Yep, Nora Mathis is checked in. Thank you, Steve, you bet. Looks like we're going to see Jenna Mannock is going to check in for the Comets. We've got the Mannock duo in the backcourt. And nice for Mike. He can be here as the admin if he wants to be, and he can be a fan, or he can just be a fan. So
hopefully he's getting
nice.
paid.
For sure. Number 21 is also checked in. That's Aubrey Happ. That is Jocelyn Mannock.
You know, they say when it rains, it pours.
You betcha. Mannock knocked that one down. Aubrey Happ. I don't believe it's in relation to J.A. Happ, but you being a Cubs fan, wasn't he a Cub for a while? J.A. Happ? No.
Ian?
Ian Happ. Isn't there J.A. Happ and Ian Happ? I don't know what's happening right now. You're welcome. I don't know. I thought it was a J.A. Happ. Maybe not. Ian Happ? Is there an Ian Happ?
Yeah.
Okay. He's a Cub, right? Or he was
Gold
a Cub?
Glover, yeah.
Okay. Is he still a Cub, or did they trade him away like everybody else?
He's still a Cub.
Okay.
He sits at number 3 in the lineup usually, and I like to complain about it.
Okay.
So.
There it is. And Steve is a Cubs fan. That's why I brought this up, because I knew he would know.
He is a Gold Glover, though.
Okay.
Nice player, just not a 3-hole hitter.
And Bellinger, he went to the Yankees, correct? That's a done deal.
Correct.
Cody Bellinger, he's now a Yankee. Okay. The rich get richer there. Although they didn't win the World Series. I heard that they have like the 4th highest payroll in Major League Baseball now, which is wild to say about the Yankees. 68-33 here with 1:30 approaching the 1:30 mark in the 4th quarter. Harder knocks that one away. That is Nora Mathis, who kicks it out here to Jenna Mannock. She throws it to her sister.
Yeah, I like to see it out of Macy, still playing hard, going for steals, taking advantage of these minutes.
Looks like Mannock will go to the line for 2 here, as that's the 15th foul on the Bombers of the quarter. That one's good. Macy Hart of the dribble drive off the back of the rim. Too strong on that one.
A little steal there by MFA. Still playing hard.
Harder will dribble drive, and she gets that one to go to Macy Harder. Again, still playing hard, like we talked about. And this is with not a lot of positives to bring out of a game like this, as it was 42-6 at halftime. But these girls that are on the floor now are playing hard. They're giving good effort.
Yeah, I think they all did in the second half.
For sure. To touch on what we spoke about earlier, that's kind of what you're looking for in situations like this. Mathis will fire the 3. It was no good. And that one will be thrown out of bounds by Groudon.
And hard to find a positive in something like this, but it's something you, as a player, never want to experience again.
Correct.
So then when you're working the off season, working outside of practice, you remember this moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And gives you a chance to have a little fuel for the fire.
It's Harder. He gives it out to Grunmeyer. Now Macy has it. Give it to Van Loo. She steps through. MFA fires it up, and it's blocked, and that'll do it here. As that's the end, as it's 69-35 is your final. But again, this Bombers team played hard in the second half. They had 6 points at halftime, finished with 35. So hats off to Coach Wingy and his girls for playing hard. Never an easy thing, and you touched on it multiple times, Steve, but in the Raccoon River Conference, there's nothing easy. So the Bombers will regroup. They come off of they had a 2-game winning streak. That is now ended, but that takes the North Polk Comets to 15-0 on the season. And the Bombers will be back in action, I believe, on Tuesday night.
With another top, I think, 10.
Yeah, who are we seeing?
D1 commit, Comito.
Oh, yeah, we're going down to Carlisle to face Macy Comito and the girls. So Macy's just a junior, but she's committed to Iowa State, I believe. So with that, folks, we're going to take a little break here, step away. Like I said, stretch your legs, and you still got time to get here to the hangar and watch this boys game. It'll be the North Polk Comets against the #1 ranked team in all of 3A basketball, your Ballard Bombers. We'll be back after a bit.